What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pssh I Don't Know with Mikey and
Mark. What's going on, everybody?
yeah. So apologize for the delay. Mark's been feeling a little bit under the weather the last day or two.
Yeah, it's not been a good time, so we're finally getting around to sitting down and recording this one for everybody. So thank you for the patience, definitely.
So if this one's a little bit short, it's because Mark's going to be running to the bathroom to throw up. So just heads up.
Yeah, if you don't hear me for a couple minutes, just understand where I'm already at.
Okay. So I was reading yesterday that the McGregor-Mayweather fight did 6.5 million pay-per-view buys, which beats Pacquiao-Mayweather, which was at 4.6 million buys.
So 6.5 million buys, average buy was
approximately $650 million.
Yeah. That's some good money in somebody's pocket right there.
Yeah, $650 million. I think I'd be just fine.
Right, yeah, he's not hurting.
Because I think that they got to kick some money to the,
promoters.
Well, I mean, he is the promoter.
Well,
so
no,
they kick money to like AT&T and stuff like that. But after all said and done, I think Mayweather's going to walk away with somewhere around $350 to $400 million.
Yeah, so he's definitely able to. If he really wants, if retirement's definitely, that path that he's looking at, he's got enough money to retire for the rest of his life.
Dude, I'm sorry. If $400 million is in a path for retirement, you're doing something wrong.
Well, the thing is, it's Mayweather, though. Mayweather likes to be flashy. We all know that. That's why he was selling his Bugatti and taking a loss on his Bugatti because, unfortunately, people who have that kind of money, to afford a Bugatti, don't really care about owning Floyd Mayweather's Bugatti.
Oh, a used Bugatti?
Yeah, he wants a new price for a used Bugatti just because his name is on it. But at the end of the day, people that can afford a $3+ million car, they could care less who you are. They're like, okay, you're Floyd Mayweather. At this point, you have less money than me.
Yeah.
Why would I want your car?
Well, also, if I'm spending $3 million, that bitch better be brand new.
Right. And it's a Bugatti, so at the end of the day, just working on one alone, you're wasting money buying a pre-owned Bugatti.
Okay, you're wasting money buying a Bugatti.
Yeah,
you can't even drive it on a freaking freeway.
Well, that car in its own is for people who want. It's a status symbol.
So say you own a Bugatti.
Yeah, okay, I have a Bugatti. What do you have? Okay, that's not a Bugatti.
I got a Bugatti. Well, I woke up in a Bugatti.
Oh my god.
But no. So with that being said, there is a class action lawsuit going against Mayweather Productions, UFC, and a few other people for. Remember when we were trying to stream it, it kept freezing up?
Yeah.
We are actually possible. We could sue if we wanted to, or because we purchased on UFC TV. If you purchase it on UFC TV, you are allowed to get a full refund if you had any trouble streaming.
Yeah, Dana White came out with a statement that was telling everybody that you're going to get a refund.
But it's ridiculous, because what happened was Mayweather Productions and the UFC said to buy your pay-per-view in advance because not everybody could handle everyone buying a pay-per-view at once.
Right, crashing the system all in one shot.
The whole system crashed. That's why they delayed the fight. I think it was about 20 or 30 minutes.
It was Mayweather's choice, right?
Well, Mayweather delayed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mayweather's choice. It was Mayweather's choice. It was Mayweather. It was everyone who had anything. Because I'm sure there could have been more money.
Right, yeah, he was holding out as long as he could to make sure everything was up and running.
Well, hell yeah. I'm sorry, dude. $650 million? You're telling me I have a chance to get another $50 million?
Yeah, I'm going to sit back a couple minutes.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Let's wait 10 minutes.
Let me stretch real quick. Let me get some stuff in there. I think that I would do the same thing if I was him.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, that's it's pretty ridiculous. I can't... oh my God. I'm not going to get a refund. I got my money's worth.
Right. No, we got to watch it. It was worth it. Didn't really have any issues during the Mayweather fight.
Well, yeah, we had issues with the
pre-fights.
The dude who was wearing the damn the guy looked like he was his hair looked like one of the trolls from the new Trolls movie.
Oh yeah. He did. No, he looked just like one of the trolls.
And his pants were 3 sizes too big, and they had big furry things on the side. So I'm not a boxing guy. I enjoy boxing, but I'm not as as into it as I am in like UFC or other sports. But MMA, I apologize. I did what I hate. It's
Called it UFC.
Do you guys do UFC? No, man, I do MMA. But but no, I'm a bigger fan of mixed martial arts and other sports than I am boxing, just because for me, honestly, like Klitschko kind of ruined it for me because he did a lot of that hugging shit. And I can't stand the clinch. That's why every time McGregor would get in a clinch, he started trying to throw fucking rabbit punches. Because
he was doing what
dude,
he
if you
needed
get in a clinch in mixed martial arts, you're throwing punches.
Right, yeah, you're doing whatever you can. I'm telling you, there's more than one time I saw him have to hold back a knee or two.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he's not going to give up. Was it 10 million?
Well, no, it's an instant.
No.
If he threw it an illegal blow, whether it be an elbow, a knee, a kick,
right.
Anything deemed a headbutt, he was not only... Dana White said that he would be ruined not only for the fight, but for life. Because Mayweather had a clause that he forfeits every single cent, plus he has to pay WME, which is the owners of the UFC, what they would have gotten. Then Mayweather would sue McGregor for everything he has. And... he said that he would get a portion of what he would earn in the future. So even if McGregor earned, let's say, $10 million in a future fight, that Mayweather would get like half that shit.
Oh, so it's like they're just getting a
divorce.
Okay, so that makes sense.
But yeah, no, I saw that clause. I was like, dude, there's no way. I'm not giving that shit up.
Well, at that point, though, you can't say anything against Mayweather for having that clause, though, because he understands all it takes. If he took an elbow to the back of the head or something like that,
yeah, but
he's cooked.
Here's the thing, though. It's a boxing match. He knows this. He's not just going to up and kick him.
Right. Yeah, you know that, but it's different because you're putting a guy in a ring that's been in an octagon for the past 10 years.
Yeah,
that's been trained to head kick people and just demolish them without thinking twice about it.
How many times has Conor McGregor head kicked someone? I'll wait. He does it all the time in a video game. You act like he does that shit all the time. I've never... Okay.
I've seen him throw head kicks, and I've seen him landing head kicks.
I've seen him throw a heel hook. Heel kick. I've seen him throw a wheel kick. I've seen him throw a lot of shit. I've never seen him straight up throw a head kick.
Oh, just a standing head kick?
Well, no, I mean, in general, I've never seen him throw a kick to the head. I've seen him throw it to the stomach. I've seen him throw it to the shoulder. I've never seen him throw one to the head. So, I mean, I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm a firm believer that if he can get his leg to the shoulder, he can get his leg to the head.
Right.
But I just never seen it.
Well, the same thing when people were saying, like, you've never seen Nogueira throw a head kick, and then he can get his legs up a lot higher than most people would ever expect him to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. For McGregor, I think the only fight left for him is Diaz.
Do Diaz. Up in weight?
No, do it at 155, because neither one of them... Here's the thing, though. Nate Diaz is not a 170er. Yes, he fought at 170, but BJ Penn also fought at light heavyweight. Doesn't mean he's a light heavyweight.
True.
So, what I would say is that is Nate Diaz 3 for the belt. Do it in Ireland. Do it somewhere. Make it a big thing. Or shit, do it in Nate Diaz's backyard.
Right.
And do it in California.
Oh, he'd be happy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So
Stockton, motherfucker.
Well, he was talking about wanting to fight Khabib in Russia. McGregor was. I'm like, man, that's some straight up Rocky IV shit. Because everyone in there would be rooting for fucking Khabib.
Oh, actually, speaking of Rocky IV, have you seen any of the training video of Dolph Lundgren getting prepared for redoing Drago?
What? There's a movie coming up?
Yeah. And they're doing, Creed 2 is getting set up right now.
So he's going to fight Ivan Drago?
No, there's no... Ivan Drago's in it. They're going to go into the backstory of what happened to him after he gets out of the Rocky IV fight. Because you remember, he's got his countries are on his shoulders. He's supposed to be the greatest fighter in the world.
And then he flips off.
He gets smoked in the fight. And now it's his destroyed career going back to Russia. And it does involve young Creed. I'm not 100% sure about reading something about it.
Is it young Drago fighting young Creed?
That's what I was hoping, is that he has a kid and it's going to be Creed versus Drago too. And that would be beautiful.
My favorite is okay, I don't know if you remember Rocky 5 that much because that movie is such
Tommy
shit.
Gunn?
Yeah, Tommy Gunn is probably the best part
It's a
of
great
it.
name.
But
Just running out of fucking ideas here.
but no, Mason the Lion Dixon
Mason the Lion Dixon was
is
also
the worst one. But no, Rocky 5. Okay, so Rocky 4 ends. And remember his kids at home, he's like jumping up on the couch, like, yeah, he did it, Dad, he did it. And they go to the Rocky 5 is supposed to start directly after Rocky 4. Like, they're coming back from Russia.
Right.
Apparently they're bankrupted by the time that they get back from fucking Russia.
Yeah, he spent all his money on that plane.
That 30-hour flight, they're fucking bankrupted. But his kid also aged like 6 years.
Right.
His kid's like 6 years old, and all of a sudden he's like in high school. Like, all right, well, that was kind of a fun. But the best part about that movie is actually, you touch me and I'll sue.
Oh my god! At the end of it,
Yeah,
and the street fight.
The street fight. Yeah, because that's what happens.
Yeah, it was the least Rocky-like movie that they had. Because he's fighting in the fucking streets with cops and shit standing around like it's a fun time. But you also used to be able to do that, back then. You fight in the street and the cops would let it go if you were two fucking guys.
I don't believe that's particularly accurate, but
That's relatively accurate. You used to be able to fight somebody if you were mad about it. You weren't pulling knives. You weren't being stupid about it. They would let you fight if you were able to shake hands, walk up, get on your fucking way.
dude, come on, man, it's fucking Rocky. Like, they're gonna break that shit up. It's two professional athletes fighting.
Would you step in between two professional athletes fighting in the middle of the street if you were a police officer? Probably not. You don't get paid enough to get socked in the head by fucking Rocky.
Here's the thing: is I can't be a police officer because if I saw that shit, I'd be like, "World star,
Oh my
world
God.
star!" I'd bust out the camera, start recording shit.
You don't have to worry about that now. You have a vest cam.
Best
It's already recording.
Yeah, I just smack my chest,
Yeah.
get that shit to start recording. That shit's actually that one cop. You remember? So anyone who hasn't seen that video, there's a video of a cop. When you have the chest thing, it records 30 seconds prior to you turning it on.
Right. Yeah. It's actively recording in general.
Well, because it's actively recording, but the actual recording device enacts 30 seconds before you hit the button. So that way, let's say that you're fighting somebody, it catches all that shit leading up to it.
Right.
Not just you mid-throwing punches at somebody.
Right, yeah.
Well,
so
what
it
it
gets
did
the
was
full
this guy
story.
didn't know that shit, and he was planning drugs.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
fucking
right.
then turned the thing on, and he has a video of himself planning drugs on somebody.
Yeah, and he's fucked right now.
Well, dude, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying all cops are dirty. I fucking love police officers. But there are some, like, there's a lot of shitty people out there. There's some shitty fucking cops. It's just a law of averages. You're gonna have,
yeah, you're gonna have
you're
there's
gonna
gonna
have
be a few
some
shitty
shitty cops.
apples in the bunch.
I've had personal experiences with some shitty cops, but I've had 100 times more good, interactions with police officers than I've had the bad.
Right. No, it's the same here, but it's one. The problem though is that one bad one is enough to make it so you're still kind of fucked in the way that you view it. Like if you have one that's bad enough.
Yeah, I guess.
They
I mean,
can-
I'm personally, I've had some pretty weird run-ins, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you
But,
got held in the rain.
Yeah,
In a suit.
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna talk about that.
That
But
was a long story.
So I finally got around to it. I finally started watching Defenders,
Okay.
and I'm 2 episodes in. So far, I'm two episodes in, so bear with me. I like it. I'm very, very big fan of it so far. It kind of feels like at the beginning of the Avengers, where there's something big happens, and then there's like a little downplay building the team together.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. The team's getting formed, so I'm pretty excited. Once again, I'm a Luke Cage
Dick
fan.
rider.
Yeah, just riding that fucking dick. But you know me, just over here, just loving that Luke Cage. But no, it's good. It's got Iron Fist, leading in, and then it goes back into season 2 of Daredevil. So it's so far so good. I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know about Joni. She seems pretty bored with it. But,
yeah. No, I've read some reviews on it. None of them are no scathingly bad reviews. Like nothing that's just slamming it too hard. I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and watch it, but I've seen all the individual shows. I've seen majority of Iron Fist, which comparative to the Daredevil show and Luke Cage, it wasn't my favorite. It didn't really keep my attention as much.
Well, I think the one thing that they kind of fucked up on was there was a lot of people who wanted them to recast Iron Fist as an Asian guy.
And they had one.
Well, they had one in the show.
Yeah, he ended up being the villain.
Yeah, but like the thing is, okay, so this is for more of that, okay, this white guy goes over to Asia and learns something that they've been practicing their whole life in like 3 days and becomes a fucking master at it in 3 days. As a person, I'm just gonna walk over there and just be perfect at it. It's like Doctor Strange. Someone was saying that shit about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange just walks in and is, granted, I know the reasoning why. He's super intelligent.
Yeah, he's got mental capabilities.
Yeah, he's got a photographic memory, so he can remember everything. But dude, I'm sorry, like you can't. Dude, okay, if you have a photographic memory, it doesn't mean that you can memorize combat moves.
No, that's true. But you got to remember as well, though, in Doctor Strange, they also had the other guy that went there and did it as well, and he just wanted to play hoop all day.
Yeah, I just wanted to learn how to walk again so I could play basketball.
I didn't want to learn how to be a fucking magician and control time and shit. Nope, just wanted to play some ball.
Yeah, and then that one they got shit on for making the ancient one a girl.
Oh yeah, bald chick.
Well, she was in the comic book. It was an Asian guy, and then they made it a girl, which was progressive, but then they made it a white girl, so everyone was mad.
Right.
So it was like, but I think that with Iron Fist, they should have done an Asian dude. Like, I think that would have been cool because, that way you have your team. You got Daredevil, the white guy. You got the girl.
It's a broad.
You got
broad
Luke
team.
Cage, the African American guy, and then you got the Asian guy. So it just makes a little bit more sense. But the comic books, they're actually making Iron Fist a girl, and I think she's Asian. I'm not quite certain. They just announced it the other day. Okay. I know it's going to be a girl.
So it's going to be part of the new Marvel.
like with Girl Thor and Korean Hulk.
Is it Ironheart is the name of the new Iron Man, the chick? Or is that just what they're calling it on the first cover?
It could be that, but I thought that it was just a Indian... No, Miss Marvel's Indian.
Miss Marvel's an Indian girl. Then Iron Man is a young African-American tech genius female.
Yeah. But yeah, so everyone, I'm down with that. I just wish on the show they would have done Asian dude. I think that would have been better. But
I think it would have fit the
actors. He's
better.
not bad. Like I was telling Joni earlier when I was talking about Daredevil, I'm like, I love the actor for Daredevil, but his show is boring as fuck.
Right. No, their fight scenes are they do those well.
Fight scenes are amazing. That one where they shot it, and it's just a camera at the end of the hallway.
Single hallway scene.
Oh my god, that shit's awesome.
And that was something that they haven't tried before. The single hallway scene or the single camera hallway scene, because he's going in and out of rooms, and it's showing just the single tracked angle of the entire hallway. That was a badass scene.
Yeah, but I think the reason why Joni doesn't like the Netflix Defenders show is just because it's not reality TV. Okay, just because she's on this ridiculous... Okay, so we got cable recently. We were on that same firm belief that Mark was on, the fuck cable. We'll just roll with...
That's right, fuck cable.
We'll just roll with just internet. And, I thought I was going to be, super sly and get cable and be like, oh, well, it's just for football. You can watch it, too. Because I didn't watch, but, I watched 3 games last season. I watched Lions game on Thanksgiving. I watched a playoff football game, and then I watched the fucking Super Bowl. I watched three games in an entire season. So
pissed off all 3 games.
Yeah, I was like, God, this sucks. That was the Thanksgiving I ate. I didn't eat a whole turkey.
He ate an entire turkey to himself.
I did not eat the whole turkey by myself. I made a 20-pound turkey for just myself because it was either $4 for a turkey breast, or it was $9 for a 20-pound turkey that I can eat for the next, I ate it for 2 weeks. So you can make turkey soup, turkey sandwiches,
And that's about it?
Yeah, that's my, but it was good turkey. But no, so I was like, all right, well, we're going to get cable because I think that, I was like, babe, this is a really good idea. Like, I can watch football and then you guys can watch, shows because I know you like your Lifetime movie network. And
Lifetime movie network.
Well, the Lifetime movie network, she's mad because I finally found a movie that I like on Lifetime.
Which one?
It's Taken. They keep playing
How does
Taken.
Taken end up on Lifetime?
No, okay, here we go. Taken is a fucking Lifetime movie. Okay, Taken. Okay, so what are all Taken? Or what? I'm sorry. What are all Lifetime movies? It's about murder. It's about rape. It's about kidnapping. What is Taken? It's about murder. It's about rape. It's about kidnapping.
No,
and then you have sex slavery in there too. And they do a lot.
Yeah, I was just tossing
So literally, Taken is a Lifetime movie. I first saw that it was 2 years ago. I was down in Florence at the time, and it was on. I was like 2:00 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I turned on TV and I saw Taken, and I was at the bottom LMN. I was like, oh my god, this is a Lifetime movie.
Oh my god.
But you know, she is totally into the reality TV shows. So she watches all this just Real Housewives of New Jersey, all that shit. But she's got a new one. The new one takes the cake. It is, so if anyone's ever seen, remember that show, Little People, Big World?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it's about the little people
In the big world.
In a big world. And then they have, I think they have a kid. They adopt kids, or I can't remember. But anyways, it's just their life struggles of, you know, how they have to have their house adjusted and stuff like that. And they have to use step stools everywhere. But anyway, so this show is, God, it's like Little People of Atlanta. And it's...
Is it like a mix of Real Housewives of Atlanta and Little People?
Oh my god, yes. It is essentially that. It is basically, if you just shrunk down them, like one of them, they're like, you're not a real dwarf because you don't know what kind of dwarfism you have. And then she's like, I'm going to go to the doctor and find out what kind of dwarfism I have. So she goes to the doctor, and this doctor's explaining to her how she's a dwarf. And I'm like the girl's like, I don't know what he's supposed to be saying.
Oh my god.
So it's ridiculous. And then at the end, so they're having a fashion show for some reason. And then all of a sudden, the one who's the bigger of the little people, she's like the one that she's being cast out because she didn't know what kind of dwarfism she has. Tall. She's taller than everybody. But no, she's like, it's like a Maury episode. She's and the results are in, and she opens up the little thing. She's like, I have, SM2, which means that it's like I have like an engine's running, but I only got a little bit of gas, so I can only go a little bit of way. So that's why I'm growing slower than everybody else.
That's a brilliant reason to be growing.
And then
there's a great analogy.
Then there's there's two of them that are twins. So it's ridiculous. It's literally, if you have a chance, check that one out because that's almost as bad as there's another one where it's like this boat. It's like a luxury. It's a yacht. I apologize. It's not a boat. It's a yacht. But they say that several times. But it's like basically it's Real World meets like Love Boat, and and it's just based on a yacht. It's like there's like some comedy in there because they're always doing some things. But really, it's just Real World. Like everyone's fucking each other, and they're always trying to sabotage each other. Like one guy didn't get a promotion, like he's been busting his ass because the other girl's blowing the captain. They're like, well, she's like, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I'm like, I'm pretty certain you put your mouth on that dude's dick. That has a lot to fucking do with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you made it.
Because if he was blowing that guy, he'd get a raise too. It was like, oh, you're telling me that these two people, and then are up for the same job, and the one just so happens to be fucking the other one.
Yeah, and just happens to get the promotion.
Just happens to get the promotion.
Shit works.
That's just it's
I mean, unfortunately for me, I can't do that. I can't fuck my boss and get a promotion.
It's
just not going to happen. I don't think
you
Joan
could.
would be too happy. Joan would be a little bit upset about that.
No, but yeah, that shit. She's been watching that, and there's another one. My Crazy Ex.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that one?
No, I've never watched that one.
So that one is basically it's essentially like a documentary style, but it's like more like a mockumentary because it's like reenactments. Okay. So they'll like day one, I met Todd and he seemed like a normal dude. And then like 2 days later, so Todd's just getting all these old people to hand him just a shitload of cash, and he runs a yoga studio. And then
so
the next so next thing you know, it's like day 45, they go over to Todd's house she thinks that Todd's taking advantage of this old lady, and next thing you know, she goes to the old lady's house to tell her that Todd's taking advantage of her, and she walks in, and Todd's the fucking table.
Huh.
And he's got a ball gag on, and the guy...
railing the old broad.
The old lady... No, he's not railing her. It's like some fetish that you're sexually attracted to furniture.
Oh. That's a new one.
No, it's not. Actually, I've seen it before.
I've not.
Do you remember the show Nip Tuck?
Yeah.
It was on a couple years ago. They had that on there too, which made me giggle because that was what I instantly like. I was like, I know that's legit because I've seen that on another show.
That's ridiculous.
But no, like, so go back to My Crazy Ex. Like, so the guy's bent over like a fucking table, and they got like a tea set on him, and they're sipping, like these old ladies, like 80 years old, they're sipping tea, and she's
God.
like, he's got a ball gag on, and she keeps whipping him and shit like that.
So is that more or less like? Because I know in like Japan and stuff, they do the naked chick laying down.
Well, no. Like,
that's supposed to
essentially
be an elegant thing.
Well, that's more supposed to be like a combination of like sexy and like
And
like
food service.
and like taboo, like
Yeah.
oh, I'm eating a California roll off this bitch's nipple, like. But
this is more of like.
well, this is more like you're sexually attracted.
Okay.
So like the guy was a lamp earlier because she's like why is Todd a table, and she's like because he made a very bad lamp.
Oh my
And
God.
so like I'm like okay, but no, on Nip Tuck the guy, like the entire episode, the one guy is looking for another
Table.
so like one doctor is looking for another doctor to take over the practice. I remember this episode a lot because it was one of the craziest ones.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm trying to get this other doctor, and he's fucking, this dude's got awesome reviews. He's like, they can't put a finger on why this guy's weird. And he's like, man, this is a really nice table. And then starts petting the table and shit. And the guy's like, yeah, this is a nice table. And then fast forward later on, he's like, man, this is a good chair. They're like, all right, this guy's like a really big fan of furniture.
Yeah.
And then later on in the episode, he's fucking the couch. Like he pushed the two cushions together, and he's just like fucking it. I'm like,
There we go.
holy shit.
That's how you make use of fucking your furniture. Right
Yeah,
there.
man. I mean, if I spent that kind of money on that,
$6,000 couch.
fuck, I'm gonna fuck that couch.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, I thought that was one of the craziest things. But when I saw that on that show, I was like, okay, so that's kind of legit. So this is probably real.
Yeah, so that's a realistic thing.
But yeah, that was. She watches a lot of that shit, so it's entertaining for me. Actually, the best show is the Gypsy Show.
Oh, they fucking love that gypsy shit.
Oh my God! So yeah, we made a mistake and let Mark's girlfriend hang out with my wife, and
Yeah, that was a
ever since
mistake.
then it's been just a rampant, just shitty shows. And,
gypsies and
so I watched that.
Texas Flip and Move.
The Texas flipping move's not bad, but
It's fucking hilarious.
I like how every house, even if it's not a fucking trailer, they're like, we're just gonna pick this shit up and move it over here.
Yeah, let's just. Well, no, because my favorite, and if you've never seen the show, it's definitely worth fucking at least watching one episode because they'll be talking amongst themselves and they'll have no accent. Like they'll have no accent. You'll think they're not from Texas. They're not from the South. And then out of nowhere, they'll start talking to like the consumer of the house or the buyer technically, and they have the world's thickest accent that comes out of fucking nowhere. And they've ripped houses in half because apparently this is their fucking first day, and they don't understand that you don't chain a house by the middle.
Oh no, my favorite one was, all right, so we got to move this house from over here to here, and they're like, all right, well, we're just gonna rip half the roof off. I'm like, half the roof, and it wasn't like they fucking literally just cut the top half off,
Right.
and it wasn't like precisionally cut. It looked like someone was just up there just hacking away at it. It was like, fuck it, we're gonna take it. It's like you broke the bottom half of fucking ice cream cone off. It was just all jagged and shit. I was like, okay, that seems pretty fucking legit. And then they're like, well, it's raining. I'm like, you guys didn't look at the fucking forecast before you ripped
look
the
up before they ripped off the fucking roof.
or ripped the roof off, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna move it in the middle of the rain. And so like basically they moved this house, they destroyed the roof, and then they're like, well, we're gonna just redo the entire house. I was like, you have to.
You could have built the whole house. And
You fucking let it flood. But speaking of flood, have you been keeping up with Houston?
Yeah, I have. A lot of it's definitely sad what's going on in Houston. It's a really bad time for everybody down there. But the people in the surrounding areas, you have Louisiana, things like that are making their way over there.
Louisiana's getting hit.
Yeah, Louisiana's
because I saw this funny meme. So if anyone's been keeping up with Harvey, it's a fucking, I'm not making fun of Harvey, but the path that it's taking is this crazy. It hit Texas and it went out in the Gulf and circling back and then just decides to go hit Louisiana. It's going to go out. And they're like, it was like, this is what you do this is what happens when you name a storm after a man. He just wanders around destroying everything. And I was like,
That's accurate.
That's pretty accurate.
Pretty
But
accurate.
no, for Harvey, JJ Watt is the fucking man. I posted it the other day on our Twitter.
Yeah.
You can actually donate to his cause. He was the first one to actually bring up. I mean, obviously you have Red Cross and shit like that, but he was actually one of the first like celebrities to actually be like, "Hey, I'm fucking donating money." Now everyone is, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But he put up. I can't remember how much he put up. I want to say it was $1 million. It could be less, so bear with me. But so he put it like he wanted to raise like $2 million. And then someone donated like $1 million. Like, all right, I want to raise $3 million, and it was $4 million. Now it's at $6.5 million
There we
he's
go.
raised.
So they're definitely taking care of shit.
And yeah, you can check it out on our Twitter. I retweeted it, but he said it now that he wants to do $10 million.
Okay. I know Kevin Hart's doing one as well. I don't know if they're all part of the same one.
Kevin Hart got slammed by Master P for that shit.
Did he?
Because he's like, Kevin Hart was like, well, I think that all celebrities should donate $25,000 because it's not shit to you, but it's going to mean a lot more to somebody else. And Master P was like, I already donated money, and you shouldn't be telling people how much money to donate.
Well, see, at that point, like, he's not lying though. If for the people that he's talking to, $25,000 is nothing. It's non-existent money that they can play with on a weekend. Mm-hmm. Whereas it can go miles for the people that fucking need it. I think my favorite one, because on all of those ones though, like they're all doing Instagram and shit with each other, like doing shout outs and shit back to his page. And T.I. did one, and he said he was like, I'll do $25,000, but I'm not, because they're donating to the Red Cross. And he said, but I'm not donating to the Red Cross. If you want to come up and pick it up, I'll give you $25 in cash. Oh, but shit. That shit's not going to the Red Cross. Fuck the Red Cross, is how he said it.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of people who, a lot of these charities, you don't...
you don't know 100%.
You don't know how much where it's going and shit like that. So it's interesting to see, how this all plays out. But the biggest thing, and the biggest fuck you I gotta say, is to Joel Osteen.
Oh my god, yeah. The
televangelist motherfucker.
His mega church.
Man, fuck him. That dude is a fucking piece of shit.
Right.
And I'm sorry if you love him. It's my opinion, and it's right. So fuck him. Because he has... You know what his church is?
Other than fucking giant?
It is giant. You know why it's fucking giant? Because it's the old Houston Rockets fucking arena.
Right.
It seats like... I think it's like 70,000 people. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's 27,000 people. So you're telling me that a 27,000 seating capacity fucking arena, which is lifted in an area in which there's very little flooding.
Right.
You're fucking supposed to be a goddamn man of God, and you aren't going to allow people to come in?
Well, apparently he's letting people in now, but that's because he got slammed on the
Dude,
internet.
he's only letting people in. Just because you do something good because you got in trouble doesn't mean
that doesn't mean
you're
doing something
person.
good. No.
No, you didn't want to do it.
Right, and if anything, this is the guy that should have. He should have been the first one to open the doors. He should have been the first one to start pushing in money.
For a person who was a fucking, I love God, and, I speak on behalf of God and all that bullshit. I'm sorry, that's why I can't stand these mega fucking churches.
No, not
Dude,
at all.
You are just a big tax shelter. He doesn't pay any taxes on this fucking huge building, and he's not going to help people out when they need help.
Right.
These people need help like no other. You have people, I don't know if you saw, there's fucking people dying left and right.
Oh, yeah.
There was a mother who they found dead who was trying to get her kid to safety, and she died, and they couldn't revive her, and, trying to save her kid. So you have people dying left and right, but you're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you don't want to open up your fucking church because it's not convenient for you because, it may bring in the wrong crowd or whatever the fuck.
It doesn't matter what the fucking crowd
is.
That is supposed to be a place where you can be safe. That is exactly what it's built to do.
Yeah.
So
Joel Osteen's a piece of shit. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I apologize. I'm not trying to rant. I fucking hate those people. Like, holier than, thou art, bullshit. Like,
right.
Dude, just help people out.
Right.
That's what your whole job's supposed to be. But yeah, no, I'm going to move off of that to a movie that I thought I'd forgotten. We were talking about gorillas the other day in sign language, and this movie I forgot had combined it. Fucking Congo. You remember that?
Shit.
That was on TV last night, and I watched that shit.
I haven't seen Congo.
Ugly gorilla. Ugly gorilla.
Fuck, 15 years?
Yeah, that movie. And it has... Basically, that would have been a perfect movie for our last podcast. Had Tim Curry in it. That's fucking gorillas.
Right.
Has sign language. Has shitty acting. Fucking horrible action scenes. All the action scenes are pretty awesome in that one. I don't know if you remember. Every time an action scene happens, it kind of slows down and the fucking footage becomes kind of hazy.
Yeah.
So you're not quite certain on what's going on. But yeah, that movie was on last night, and that shit was fucking amazing.
No, I definitely got to see that one. Like I said, I haven't seen that one in fucking at least 15 years. I did get to see that sneak preview, like I was telling you about. Even though, so supposedly on September 1st, it'll be releasing on Vudu, is what it's showing online. Anybody hasn't been able, like obviously a lot of people haven't been able to get a preview of it. I was lucky enough to get a chance to actually preview it.
What movie is this?
Goon 2.
Oh shit, Sean William Scott.
Yep, Sean William Scott and I butchered it every time. Jay Baruchel
And Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber is in it. He does make a reappearance. If you haven't seen the first one, it's actually weird to say. It's a very well done movie. The cast, like you hear those three names, you expect it to be it's a good movie. Sean William Scott, Liev Schreiber,
Jay Baruchel.
Jay Baruchel. It was actually very well done for what kind of movie it is. It's a movie about, hockey enforcers, which they've made a couple of those movies, but at the end of the day, in the traditional mindset, there's only but so much you can deal with when it comes to a movie about hockey enforcers. But the first one, they did a very, very good job. They made like a mild love story out of it. They definitely showed a lot of character and how they did their character development. The second one, like I said, I got to see it, which was really awesome to get to watch. And it's definitely worth sitting down and taking a look at. I'm not going to hype it up as much as the first one. Definitely, if you haven't seen the first one, I would highly advise going to see that one. But apparently, September 1st, it should be on Vudu, so it is worth taking a look at. That is Goon 2. It's called Last of the Enforcers.
Okay, I have to check that one out. I love the first Goon. That shit's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, speaking of hockey, I'm repping my Detroit Vipers throwback jersey.
Throwback.
Yeah, this shit is vintage 1994. It's seen better days, but
totally has seen better days, but still in good shape.
It's pretty fucking dope. But we've been going. We're gonna cut it out. Looks like Mark's turning a little bit green here.
Fun colors are going.
So we're gonna get on out of here, guys. Appreciate you guys listening once again. But you can follow us on Twitter at Pssh I Don't Know. That's Pssh IDK, and also on Facebook at facebook.com/Pssh I Don't Know. Also, we are in progress of still working on the website. So that is a work in progress. Hopefully, it's going to be up in the next couple days.
Yeah, it shouldn't take much longer
week,
than that.
Maybe at the most. And still, it's going to be a work in progress. We're still going to continue to update that. But you can also follow us. I never remember this one.
On Instagram, it's Pssh I Don't Know Podcast, Pssh IDK Podcast. And then we're also on SoundCloud, so you can follow us on SoundCloud. This one should be up. This one, obviously, it's going to go up today for everybody that's going to be listening to it. Already be up, but it's on SoundCloud as well, so you can like us and follow us on SoundCloud. And definitely, if you
iTunes as well.
We're also on iTunes as well. Psh, I Don't Know on iTunes.
So we're kind of legit.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're working our way there. But no, and definitely, just thank you everybody that's listening and subscribing. And if you could just spread the word, let everybody know just how fantastic of a fucking job we're doing. It's definitely going to help us out.
We're the shit.
Yeah.
But we don't want to toot our own horn, but toot,
motherfucker.
But all right, guys. This is Mikey and
Mark,
and we'll see you guys later.
All right, later.
Bye.